Kate from the Literary Apothecary, and today we're going to be talking about The Hod King by Josiah Bancroft. This is book 3 in the Books of Babel series, and I really enjoyed this book a lot. I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. This book was gifted to me by the wonderful Evie, as she was only Evie. She sent me all 3 of the books out so far, and I can't wait to read book 4. Fall of Babel comes out in November, and let's just get into this. So like I said, I absolutely loved this book so much. The character development was absolutely fantastic. Josiah Bancroft does such fantastic, amazing character work in these books. Each book builds on the characters so much, and I loved it so much. I gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars only because it felt like it strayed away from Senlin, our main character, a bit, and I had to keep reminding myself that this is the Books of Babel series and not the Senlin Ascends series like we often call it. And Thomas Senlin is our main character, but there's so much more to the Tower of Babel in the Books of Babel series than just him. But it kept distracting me when we strayed too far away from him. So that's why I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars, but I absolutely loved this so much. So let's talk spoilers. I loved seeing Edith as Captain Winters. It showed so much more development for her character and all the characters around her and their interaction with her as a captain now instead of the first mate. And I absolutely loved seeing that. I loved seeing the Byron and Valletta etiquette classes. These were some of my favorite scenes in this book. Seeing Byron try to train Valletta on how to be a lady was just, I loved it so much. It made me laugh. And also, like, what happened to Adam? So he just kind of disappeared from the story once those guys showed up, and I am intrigued to see what happens with Adam in the last book. Also, I had a feeling that the baby we saw at the end of Armor the Sphinx was Senlin's and not Myra's new husband's baby, but this was confirmed in The Hod King, where we actually get to see Myra again, and we see the baby, and Edith takes her away and rescues her. So I'm excited to see where this story develops. My last bit of spoilers, I'm excited to see how all of these different storylines that kind of really branched off in The Hod King develop in Fall of Babel, the 4th and last book in this series. So my favorite quotes, I've got a whole bunch because you know how much I love Josiah Bancroft's prose and writing. Iboskop's ideal party was one that no one attended and that ended early, and I can totally relate to that because that's my ideal party also. And this one is a long one, so bear with me, but I couldn't not put it in. In recent months, Senlin had more than once fantasized about tearing the pages from the Everyman's Guide and feeding them one by one to its author. Now that he stood before this man who'd had a hand in beguiling him and calling him to this awful place, all he felt was pity. And this is so telling of Senlin, the character. He finally meets one of the authors of the Everyman's Guide, and he has been so frustrated with this guide, so wanting to, like it said, feed the pages to the author. Now he finally meets it, and all he can feel is pity, and that just tells so much about Senlin's character. The only people who talk about good and bad deaths are the living. There's really no such distinction among the dead, and that just hit me straight in the heart right there. And no offense, Captain, but you're about as subtle as a firecracker in a souffle, and that just gives you a bit of the sense of humor in Josiah Bancroft's writing, and it made me laugh at a moment where I needed a good laugh. So, like I said, I gave 4.5 out of 5 stars for The Hod King by Josiah Bancroft, book 3 in the Books of Babel series. We're going to have a live show sometime, hopefully in July, maybe in August, about this book with all of my friends that talked about it before. I can't wait to talk about it with them all. As always, my Patreon and Discord information will be in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, keep reading, and I love you all to the moon and back. Bye.